Dressmakers and friends, welcome back again on the channel. In today's tutorial video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to create this scallop beaded design on your dress. So whether you're working with a plain base or you're working with a lace or a beaded lace just like this design you can replicate. First, you want to go ahead to mark the area where you are going to be beading on. Okay, then you get your beading needle and then your beads as well as your thread. So what you want to do is that area that you are going to be working on, once you have marked it, you are going to start with your thread inside of your dress. So once you have gotten the first thread inside the dress, what you want to do next is to fill your thread up with beads. Okay, so get your thread inside your dress through your needle, just like I'm doing. Okay, so once you have secured that first one, okay, you're going to be filling your needle with beads. So how to feed your needle with beads is that you are going to make sure that you are putting in your beads one after the other, and your choice of bead is totally up to you. Also, if your dress is already made, like it is fully lined and all of that, you want to make sure that you are not picking up the lace as well as the lining. Okay, and you make sure that the tension is just perfect. You want to make sure that you do not pull the thread too much. Okay, so once you have gotten to that next point, just like this, you will feed your thread through your needle. You can be putting the beads one, you can just be doing it just the way I am doing it, like this. Okay, so this process takes a lot of patience. Like I always tell us on this platform that beading takes patience, so be patient with yourself. You just have to be feeding it one after the other. Like it depends on how long or how curved you want this to be. So you'll be putting the beads one after the other until you get to the desired length. Okay, so once you get to the desired length, you are going to see how I am going to just use the beads to measure if it's enough. If it's not enough, you will add more. You can see I've not gotten to where I'm going. This is where I'm going. You can see where I'm going right here. This is where it is. So I'm going to be adding more until I get to like that point. Even though this is a lace, I still mark the points on my lace. Okay, so make sure that you have that point where you are going to be working on marked, so that marking will guide you. And you can also use the picture of this overlay, something like this. You can see that there's like a different fabric where the bead is going to be on. Now, in this case, that will be easy. You know where you are going. But for lace, make sure that you mark it so that you can see. So, as it is, I am checking again to see whether what I have is good enough. So, once what I have is good enough, I'm just going to pick a pinch of fabric on that point where I want to enter into. You can see like it's like opposites. Pick your thread, feed it with beads, then you want to pick another fabric opposite it, just like that. You want to make sure that everything sort of balance, and the curve that you want is totally up to you. Just make sure that you pull the thread totally so that it does not sag. Okay, and also ensure that you do not pull it too much. All right, and another tip is make sure that you knot each one. That way it will be like an individual. It's not like one will be dragging another. You can see I just made my knots just like this, and after making your knots, you are going to see now I'm going to move on to the next point. Can you see? This is the next point that I'm moving on. Another tip is you can, once you move to the next point, you can make a knot again. The reason why you are making a knot like this, you just want each of the scallop to be an individual. So once you have done this, you just have to keep feeding your beads and then keep adding it until you see how you sort of move in distance, and you see how you sort of move. Everything just sort of, as you are adding it up, it becomes longer until you get to your final destination where you want the bead scallop to end. Now, for this scallop, you can actually start your beading from the M, okay? Just so the M controls the curve all the way up. And you can start from top, like maybe the chest area, depending on where you are beading, and then you make the scallop all the way down, just like I am doing it. If you take note of all these tips that I'm sharing with you, it's going to really help you if you are trying to create this design. So if you have watched this video this far, this is a good time to give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe to this channel and share this channel with your sewing friends. Also share this video with your sewing friends that you know that might need it. I'm really hoping that this channel will become 10,000 subscribers and even much more very soon. And I also want to say thank you to every returning subscribers. You guys are always coming back to watch every single video on this channel. Thank you so much. You guys have been a source of strength, inspiration, and support to me. Okay, so let's get back to our tutorial. You just have to keep feeding your needle. Okay, let me just do a recap of everything that you need to do. You need to get your dress, you need to get your beads, your beading needle, and your thread. Okay, mark your outline which you want to create your scallop on your dress, and make sure you get your thread into your dress, and then you start feeding your thread or filling up your thread with your beads. Okay, so pick a point, fill up your thread. Once you get a good scallop or a good curve, make your knot and then move to the next point, make a knot again. All right, just so that each of the scallop becomes an individual. They do not react together, so they do not begin to drag themselves. Okay, feed the next point also with beads, and then keep picking your points like that and keep moving downwards, or you can start from downwards, which is your hem line, and then you move upward. So either ways is possible. So also you can actually use different type of beads. You can see in the picture I shared with you, they use bigger pearl beads, and here I even mixed different type of beads. I mixed crystal as well as pearls. So feel free to do whatever it is according to what inspires you, or according to any design that you are trying to recreate. Any size of bead, any type of bead will also work perfectly for this, as long as they look rounded and you know that type of shape. So when you are looking at a design that will give you something subtle and something calm, you can go for the pearl beads. You can also do crystal beads if you want something that sparkles, you want all the shine. Just like you can see in this case now, I'm mixing pearl beads and crystal beads together, just so it gives me that subtle and sparkle even at the same time, so that when the bride moves, you know, they can get some sparkle, and then we can still have a feel of that beautiful luscious look that the pearl beads usually give. So do well to just flow with whatever inspires you, whatever it is that you're trying to create, and ensure that you are patient with yourself, because when you are beading on a full dress, it can take a bit of time. Be patient with yourself, and I am sure that the result is going to be worth it. Okay, I want to believe that this video will be really helpful to you. So let me know if this video is helpful. You can comment a heart, or you can say thank you in the comment section, and then let's keep dropping tutorials, beading tutorials on this channel. Okay, so if you would like to also see other beading design, do well to check out the fabric beading playlist. There's a lot of beading design that would help you. If you have not been on the channel for a while, now is a good time. Check up and catch up on all of the tutorials that you must have missed. Thank you so much for joining me again. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop me some sweet comments, and do well to subscribe. And I'll see you again in this next one.